Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to another Geometry Dash video. Wulzy Choose Block is back. We've made some pretty decent progress so far, but I'm kind of out of ideas because I used a lot of different block types last time. I'm not sure how this is going to go for the rest of the level. I don't have that much freedom. Obviously, I have 8 or 9 blocks to choose from overall, but as you can see by the compilations here, it's kind of difficult. Can't use many spikes other than bushes, so I might just make my structures out of them to make sure that my hitboxes are going to be nice and sound. I can use outlines and stuff, but obviously they have to be invisible, just to make sure that my structures have actual hitboxes. Okay, we can do some invisible portal shenanigans as well in between some orbs. That's a nice segue to what's going to be the next part in the level, hopefully. Let's see what I can do for a background real quick with some hands again, because I think if I get the right color and opacity and whatnot, and I overlap them, I can make a pretty cool pattern. Let's just have a look here. No, that's too close together. If I want to make a better pattern, they need to be slightly further away. Let's go here. Yeah, you see there's a hole in the center now, and the overlaps are going to be much better to the point where there's going to be a point that you can see, right? It looks pretty floral to me. I could probably get another side to it though. I can make a new half opacity group for an outer layer. Okay, so we're going to scale this up to 3.6 or something that feels right. Then slap on the half opacity and change the hue to purple-ish. We're getting there. We probably just need to saturate this less or more. That looks pretty cool. Okay, let's see if we can change the opacity even further down. You see, this looks better. If I lock these to their absolute position and just test how it would look in a rotation, you see the pattern you can create with the outsides of the hands? That's kind of weak, but if I place it to where the fingers are pointing outwards still, yeah, it looks a lot better and I can get away with it more, I think. So let's give all of this a group 51 and set a rotation trigger earlier in the level to -45. And then when this part gets started, or should I say party gets started, because this is going to go crazy, we can set up a bunch of rotations with high easing rates. We'll say into the portal. You see the duration line here? You can toggle that on in the extra options. It basically just shows you where the effect is going to end. Let's just stick that down here. And when that finishes, we can chuck it the other way as well. So we've offset it by 45, which will leave it like this. And then it's going to rotate all the way around to this side and then go back across, and it'll show this in the middle. 51 can lock on the x-axis at this point and also be moved onto the screen with a big Y movement, maybe on a 2-second ease out, something like that. We'll just align that with the portal-ish, going into the portal, so you can actually see it move on. So I want this to be offset before all of that happening, the 400 that's moving down, obviously, and also maybe 180 back, so I can lock it earlier and have the movement move down onto me. So you see it's falling down here, but again, we should probably increase the duration just so none of the backgrounds overlap, and it should just swing onto the screen right about here. Yep, it works. It just kind of sits there awkwardly. So we can probably back this out, a different easing choice. It's a lot of being picky and just playtesting. There we go. That looks kind of sick. If I add more layers to it and add the rotation a bit faster, I think instead of having a smooth movement on this, I am going to add a chain of triggers that I want to repeat in a row. That should be +10 actually, now that I think about it. So we can literally just have a string of rotation triggers like this. Should be 9 here. Yep. You can spawn trigger and multi-trigger all of these and give them all individual groups, and then also have a set that moves them back 10. There's definitely a way to optimize this so you can count how many times a trigger is activated, but I think the easiest way for me right now is just going to be to make 2 strings of 9 triggers, which uses a lot of groups, I'll admit, but once it's automated, it'll be pretty cool. It'll save me a bunch of triggers as well. It'll kind of match the glitchy deco that I've had at earlier points in the level as well, with the 0-second rotations and the blocks, for example. After we've done this, we need to align. It ends on a funny number. Okay, so we're going to spawn whatever group comes next in the row on maybe a 0.1 delay. Spawn triggered and multi-triggered, and we just need to increment this group over and over, all the way across the set, actually. So you can see this one's 65, right? And then the spawn is before it. And when we have 69, we have to go all the way back to 52 for the last one, and make sure that the triggers actually have the numbers that they are being called with. So 52 goes to this trigger right here, which then activates 53. 53, which is the next one. So we're going to add 53 to this. So each spawn trigger has the group of the previous on its edit group tab. So it's going to activate all of these triggers in a loop. Okay, 67. The last one should be 69, just like this. Boom. And all we need to do is spawn number 52 when we need it on 0 delay. When's this first become visible? Like right in between those portals. We'll put the start pause there. We'll also put our spawn trigger there, so this whole loop starts right then. Let's play test it. Here we go. We have a nice little 0-second rotation animation with this kind of floral-ish background. I want to take this whole layer, scale it up a bunch so it goes all the way around the outside, and then individually rotate them around like so, and also scale them down on their own spot and give them a new hue. Giving them a new hue as well, maybe closer to the orange. Like pink-ish. Not sure how I want to play this. I gotta test this a bunch. Scale it down a bit more. There we go. That should do. Then we can turn off their absolute position and just start rotating them on themselves. Very bright, unfortunately. I'm trying to see what it would look like with a bright outer layer here. We can definitely have something that changes the color of it. Yeah, it's probably what I'm gonna have to do here. I might have to take them off of the color channel. Oh boy, I made this hell for myself. All right, let's put them on maybe black blending or something like that. Easy peasy. Let's give these a group number 70, and we can add little pulses on this huge chain, obviously spawn triggered, multi-triggered, making sure that they have the correct group for their column. So the first one's 52. That new group 70 is going to copy color channel number 3, short pulse, every single time 52 is called. I should be able to see right here. Boom, boom, boom. And then I can continue this. That's 3 blocks along, so we got to increase the group by 3, and we can change the hue like plus 60 or something. And then next time it can be minus 60, making sure that we increase the group again by 3. So we're going to have a bunch of different pulses on the outside like so. Let's see. We can probably change the fade times to make it a bit more, you know, into it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we just keep going. We'll make this minus 120 maybe. And let's take it all the way to minus 180 and put minus 120 on the last one over here. This is kind of beautiful. And we can get ourselves an alpha trigger for number 70 as well. Spawn trigger that, multi-trigger that. And we can go on 52 again. Maybe increase the fade time to like 0.8. We can go to half opacity. And on the way back round, which should be on group 60 or something. Let's see, this should be 61. We can go back to 100. That's also gonna change the way that these appear on the outside by making it go up and down in its opacity. You see right there? Sometimes it's more opaque than other times. This is sick. Okay. I really like this color setup that we've got going on. The transition is smooth. We have a nice animation there for the background. You try to kill me with the block choices, but I'm not dead yet. 3 parts strong. Well, 3 backgrounds strong. I wonder if we can match something else in the background, like a white music note with its own animation. It's on B3. It's going to be on a new group 71, but it also needs like 49 or whatever the movement is here. I'm going to see if I can incorporate something else into the background, like a music note. It's on white, and then we're going to copy paste, decrease the Z order, and then move it down and to the right by 2 half steps like that. I'm going to make a little outline. So we're going to move 1 up, 1 left, 1 down. You see how when I've selected them all, it's like a green outline around the outside. We're going to put that on black. So now this music note has a black outline around it. So if I give that a new group 71 and then copy paste, scale up by maybe 0.25, give that 72. Oh boy. We're going to put this on different editor layer just in case. Let's use 9 for our little fodder here, just to experiment with this. We can probably exponentially start increasing the size of it as well. So we're going to buy 0.5s right now instead of 0.25s that we were in the beginning. Oh boy, we're moving up in the scale really quickly. I just want to see how a scaling effect would work here with toggle triggers. I feel like it would kind of suit the background that we have going here. Let's make this 10.5, an increase of 2. I feel like the music note is getting ludicrously big here. Basically the same framework as before. We're just making a loop for these toggles to just scale up a heart a ton in the background. No, it's a music note. That's not a heart, bro. Okay, I'm changing how this is going to work. I'm going to move this toggle into the next lane right here. What I want is this music note to go big enough and then disappear. You'll see it here. Zoom. Let's just make sure that beforehand everything is toggled over here like so. I need a block design, so let's just place one of every single rainbow block. Just see what looks nice in that orange. Wow. None of it. All right, we're hue shifting. Bro. Like, what can I do here if I just like rotate them on themselves? Like, come on. There's got to be something I can do here. Wait, these actually low-key look kind of nice. Have the top like that, and then the edges can be, matched up like this, and then the middle can have some kind of flare. Then let me set something underneath that's going to be 3 times on black that acts as a base block for these objects. Maybe I gotta scale up the base so there's like an edge. Yes. Okay. B2 for the bases, and we're gonna say B1 for the blending. Remember the pulsing group I gave out earlier, number 70 for the outer ring? What happens if I give them to the blocks? Would that kill them? Maybe, but it kind of looks sick at the same time. It looks really dark, probably because of the opacity, right? Let's make the... Oh, whoa. We need to keep 70, but we need to add a new group for the opacities right here. Number 70. You need to go on 82. There we go. So the blocks stay bright. Interesting. With other hue, maybe? Ooh. I can have another new group which fades on as we play. Let's have ourselves a little look. So the transition should be clean, and then it should intensify as we go into the part. You see there's more colors on the outside now. I dig that. I really like it. But I still think the background should move a bit. This was the most playtesting heavy process in the entire recording session, so I sped it up. Essentially, I made 4 move triggers shift the background up, left, down, then right, all within the spawn trigger timing system that I created, albeit kind of by accident, but it works. And I also organized some general movements to shift it left and right around the whole part. You can see it here, it looks kind of wobbly as a result, and I also made it transition off of the screen. That's gonna work perfectly. Let me get my backup block here and just place it on this object, maybe a little bit smaller. Okay, then we can have a smaller block with a bigger outline like this, which might be quite interesting for our structures. We can rotate this a bunch as well. Gotta be careful with our arrangements though, because the overlaps can get kind of ugly over there. Alright, what's going on? It looks okay. It could do with some more connectivity between some of the structures, right? Because the outlines are kind of weird. I don't know. Also, I'm just showing you what it would be like to scale all of these down, because I use absolute scaling a lot in my videos now, where it just like gives you the setting to scale them all down on the individual axis. And that's the process if you don't do that, which is painful. Okay, now I'm gonna go with one of those massive blocks and just cover the orbs really and make them star-shaped. I then reused the toggle trigger groups to create some scaling arrows for some air decoration, which ended up being so ugly that it looked good in about 3 different instances, so they're rarely used, but I kept them in. I can just use this here and there just to make the spikes more colorful. Allowed electricity. I do remember this now. Could be kind of weird, but if I just have black and black. Since my background's so bright and I don't have that many deco choices, I'm kind of struggling for air decoration. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't really know how to make it fit in. I think I'm just gonna have to rock with this and call it a day, because I'm pretty happy with it. Probably the best part in the level so far. At least the background is. So that's Wulzy Choose Block, episode number 3. Thank you so much for watching the Choose Block series. Let me know how you think it's going so far. Check the links in the description. Leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day. Oh, 4 diamonds and a shadow orb. Woo.